Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Pythagorean Theorem. So Pythagorean Theorem is a way of identifying missing side lengths on a right triangle. So it has to be a right triangle. And basically what it says, if we have a right triangle like this, there's a right triangle. The legs of the triangle, which are the two sides next to the 90-degree angle, we'll call them A and B. And the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, which is always opposite the right angle, we'll call that C, have a special relationship. And basically what that relationship is if I square and add together both the legs, so A and B, if I square them, add them together, that's going to equal the longest side squared. Okay? So let's try and put this in action, see if it works. So, on number one, we've got 30 feet and 40 feet. So if we square those, 30 squared plus 40 squared, it's going to equal that x squared. Because again, C is always that longest side, the side opposite the 90-degree angle. So if I square those, so 30 squared is 900. And 40 squared is 1600. That's going to equal x squared. So add those together and I get 2500 equals x squared. Now this isn't quite what x is equal to, right? Because this is x squared. So to figure out what x is, I've got to undo the square. So to undo the square, I've got to do the inverse operation, which for squaring something or raising the second power, the inverse operation is going to be to find the square root, or the, it's kind of in the name, right? The root of the square. So when you square root 2500, you're going to get 50. So x is equal to 50 feet, basically. Okay, let's look at another example. So if I look at this one, this time I'm looking for x right here. So first thing you do with any Pythagorean theorem problem is you identify the longest side, because that's the side that's going to be off on its own over here. So again, longest side is always opposite the right angle. So right angle is right there. Opposite of it is 41 centimeters. So this is the longest side, which means x is actually one of the legs this time. So it would represent either the A or the B here. So when I set it up, I would set it up like this. 9 squared plus x squared equals 41 squared. So then I square the numbers I know. 81 squared, or 9 squared is 81, sorry, plus x squared is equal to whatever 41 squared is, which is 1681. And then I move the 81 to the other side because I want to get the x by itself. So minus 81 gives me x squared is equal to 1600. And now, since the x is by itself, I need to find the root of x squared. So I square root both sides, and it would give me x is equal to 40 centimeters. That's your answer. That's basically all you're doing on the Pythagorean theorem. Again, longest side is going to be on the other side by itself. If it's one of the legs, you put them on the same side and then you end up subtracting to the other side. And that's really all it is.